What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Artisan Depth podcast. This guest I got with me today, it's actually a real good friend of mine. One of the first friends I had when I moved down here to Galveston, Texas, which everyone should visit if you haven't yet, because we thrive off tourists, so we need you to come down. It's my homie Chance Little. He's a fellow artist as well, and it's one of the first things we ended up talking about because I was doodling at the place we both worked at, and we just started BSing about it, started chilling. What's up, Chance?
What up?
How you been, man?
Oh, man, you know me, just staying busy.
Yeah, bro.
Constantly working on something or at something.
Yeah, bro, because he's also a motorcycle enthusiast.
For sure.
Having fun.
Oh, man. It's an exciting day every day I get to ride.
Yeah, dude. Because I remember when you were like getting into it a little heavier, you were riding our homie Mike's small bike.
That little Z125.
Yeah, dude, because
that's a fun bike. I miss that bike.
This fucking beefcake. That was his nickname at the old beefcake Brutus.
Beefcake.
But just because that was such a tiny bike, man, you're like a tall dude.
Yeah,
it's
just goofy looking.
Yeah,
especially doing at speed on the highway.
Yeah, he's going like 60 on that thing.
Oh yeah,
50 would max out.
67 is the max speed I think on that thing.
Okay,
and you can hit it downhill, wind to your back. Superman in that thing, you can hit it. It's sketchy, but
that's a tiny bike, bro. It's like bombing a hill on like a street road.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean.
You do it once and you're good for life.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. I mean, unless you feel like being gnarly.
Yeah.
So man, I guess we'll jump right into. So I know you've been drawing for a while, and we even talked about, you kind of start off like I did, just doodling all the time. We still doodle on everything.
Yeah.
Different kind of stuff. So what So what got you into wanting to just draw like you do?
As far as just getting into doodling and stuff, it was kind of an escape from the reality I had at the time. It was kind of just stress all the time, stress-induced sort of thing. It was a good way for me to exhibit emotions that I couldn't express out loud on paper and go about it a different route than other people can seem to do better than I can.
Yeah.
So I just kind of expanded on that, and I actually enjoyed it, so I just kept at it, and I like making other people's ideas into a reality for them. So I just kind of take other people's ideas and like put it on paper for them, and then that's how we get it. That's how we get it going. That's all I've done really. Because
man, like you're really good at especially like recreating like popular cartoons. There's this thing that Chance does where he'll like draw like Hank Hill or Bobby Hill or Jake from Adventure Time, just like with some funny quote.
I do those chalkboard doodles over at Bruce Brothers.
Yeah, but I remember you do that at the restaurant too, man. We worked there.
Anything I can find to doodle on, I'm doodling on it.
Yeah, because the coolest thing. Oh, also, actually, before we fully jump into it, just entering the room, Stephanie Bass back with us. What's up, babe? How you doing?
Hey, y'all.
There she is. She's wonderful. This episode sponsored by Red's Wicked Apple Ale. Not really. We've just drank a couple of them in the name of art.
A couple.
Just a couple. It's like cans all over the table.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, what everyone should know is the reason why I bring up these doodles that Chance would do is because it would always kind of lighten the mood whenever like everybody be in the weeds. And what I always admired about the doodles you did was it would just, like, if the situation sucked, it was just like a funny art. Like it was always just like uplifting.
Just try to keep the morale high. You got to do that, especially in a service industry job.
Oh yeah, service industry. You gotta, especially like on days that are dead or on days where we're in the weeds and everybody's biting each other's heads off. You got something funny. You take the edge off. Like those like. So some of the cartoons you make are so funny, or like we think of scenarios and like.
Yeah, I try to put a hodgepodge of something together, a mix, like do mashups of something and try to make it just a lighthearted something, not trying to take the edge off of everything and make it kind of just comedic filled.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean like that. I mean that's what you have to do though for the certain situations. You know, like you gotta. Art's a fantastic way of, kind of. Whether you need to get an idea out or you need to escape from something, it can help you with both.
Exactly, yeah. And now it's not so much of an escape as it is a creativity thing.
Yeah,
taking
exactly.
a different route. Yeah.
But I think having it as an escape though is like even like as a temporary crutch to help. Like I think it's a great introduction to art. You know,
It does,
people
yeah.
jump into, because you know you have to get it out somehow. That's why people have like urges to, you know, if everyone's listened to our poetry episodes, you heard that in all those episodes. You know, where people are just like, hey,
Yeah,
like I got to get this out right now. I got to talk about it, and this is the only way I can do it.
exactly right.
Or like I have to write a song and I got to sing about it.
Yeah,
Or I got to draw this big scary face with teeth
yeah,
because I'm freaked out right now and I'm
Yeah.
anxious and I need to put my anxiety on the paper. You know?
exactly. Or just some goofy motherfucker looking dude.
Yeah, bro. Or you're just trying to be funny, you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be deep, and you just, you know, you need something to bring you up.
Yeah,
and
just something surface level. Nothing crazy.
make you laugh. Yeah, because
Yeah.
my old roommate Jacob. Shout out to Jacob. He did a he did a drawing one time when I was mad. It was like a doodle, and it was just like a dude's face, but like you know, this is silly, you know, stupid boy humor, but like it was just the dude's face, but he had a penis on his forehead.
Hey, man, that's what it takes. That's
And
what it
bro,
takes.
I was having such a shitty day, but like this like stupid little doodle, man, just made me feel so much better.
And that's all it takes, man. Just a little laugh, even like a chuckle, like just pushing air through your nose is enough to get you in a better mood than you were before
Hey,
it.
dude, straight up, man. Like, have you heard the thing where actually forcing yourself to smile actually isn't a bad thing?
Yeah.
Because you can actually train yourself to just habitually smile.
Yeah.
And like even if it's just a little bit,
Yeah.
like it makes things better.
Yeah.
Because you're just like smiling about it.
Yeah, it's all about the vibe you're putting out, and if you're smiling, you're putting out a different vibe than someone frowning, or even if you don't want to be where you are.
Yeah. No, straight up. This guy Tom Bilyeu, he's got a show called Impact Theory, and he had a guest on there that I guess he had like he's like a speaker now, but he had just like a history of like horrible anxiety and stuff.
Yeah,
And like he has like this one method that helped him get through everything. Just no matter what it was, he would say like, "Oh, I have to do this," and I love that.
yeah,
But he would say that after everything.
yeah.
And then like he's trained himself habitually just to go into things more confidently.
It works. It's clearly worked for him. So I mean, you just gotta make a plan of attack and get after it. Just take baby steps to get into it. Sometimes you can't do things cold turkey.
So nowadays, what do you do to kind of get in your drawing zone?
I really just listen to music and whatever I'm feeling at the time, and just kind of I listen to all sorts of stuff. I mean, I'll jump all over the board with whatever music I'm listening to. So I mean, one thing was like some R&B type lo-fi stuff will put me in one type of mood to draw something like kind of aesthetic or architectural, and then something heavier, some metal type stuff, or some just like some math rock or something like that will get me to drawing something a little more goofy looking or a little more aggressive kind of.
Okay. Do you so I guess what you're saying is like depending on the vibe of the music that affects kind of what direction you're taking.
Exactly. It affects the ideas that kind of portray themselves through the pen to the paper.
Like you want to get that like kind of set and setting of like what you're in so you can fully immerse in the subject matter, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever it may be, you know, you want to just
Exactly.
be able to have the right. I mean that makes sense.
To fully capture the either what I'm feeling through the music or whatever idea I need to portray, that it helps me do that better with the music.
Yeah, I mean shit. I mean like I don't know if you do this, but I know I find myself even sometimes like if I'm drawing and if I really have to get into it, I don't want any music at all.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Sometimes you have to go.
sit in silence.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to.
Or even not even having music. Sometimes it's the other way around, and it's still not music, but I need like background noise. So you go draw in a public place,
Yeah.
where it's just a bunch of just filler everywhere. And it's just like a conglomerate of noises.
Yeah, and that kind of helps you feed your brain and keep it kind of active, really. Kind
Yeah.
of feeding it all these different outside noises that.
Well, because when it becomes just like a system of noises like that, it becomes its own noise.
Exactly.
Because it gets so blended up to
Yeah.
where it's its own sound.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like white noise. It becomes its own frequency. Is
Exactly.
what I'm trying to say. That's
Yeah.
the word I was looking for.
And I've done that more recently. Has gone to even up to just to Bruce Brothers or Proletariat or something like that. I go there and just
Shout out both those places.
sit there and sit at the bar or sit at one of the tables and just kind of keep to myself and doodle in the book or something and just get a different world of doodles or drawings or ideas from it, just being in a different place setting.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I also think that's important with changing up where you create, especially if it's something new.
Yeah,
You know, like if it's a project I've been working on for a while, then I can bring it home. It's kind of like homework.
exactly.
But if I'm starting something new, sometimes if it's a new idea or if it's a new concept I'm trying to figure out, I'll want to start it somewhere else. Just some other setting so I can just kind of tap into a different thing.
Yeah.
So I can attach something to it and help me like think through it better.
Yeah.
So I think that's huge.
Yeah.
Depending on what it is. I mean, but if it's something I'm doing like shoes,
Yeah.
where it's something I've done a million times,
Just kind of second nature.
I could sit right here and do it.
Yeah.
But if it's like, hey man, I gotta draw this thing that's like different, I'm kind
Sometimes-
of nervous about
yeah.
it. I need to go somewhere chill.
Change of environment's key in those
Yeah.
situations.
Mm-hmm. Totally, man. So what were some of because I mean, like we've had lots of conversations about cartoons and like animes and stuff. Out of those, like, what were some of your biggest inspirations through cartoons and shows?
Man, I grew up watching all sorts of stuff, just kind of across the board again, just like the music. But I mean, I grew up in an era of the '90s and 2000s where stuff that was cartoons was crazy and
Bro,
off the walls.
That's some golden age cartoons right there. Bro.
Honestly, I mean, I grew up watching stuff like Invader Zim, Hey Arnold, Dragon Ball Z, of course. And that's kind of what ticked off the interest into anime or manga, rather. So,
Bro, Dragon Ball Z was the foundation of a lot of these animes, bro. Like a lot of these newer ones.
yeah,
Like, honestly, any anime you see them shooting light out of their hands, the Dragon Ball Z started that shit.
or like even like Yu Yu Hakusho or like Cowboy Bebop.
Ooh.
Those things, like the soundtrack to Cowboy Bebop, gets me like in the zone for dun 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 dun. Dun exactly.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go.
And he's like running. It's a silhouette of him running. Yeah. Yeah, dude, that shit goes off.
Yeah.
Man, my cousin, shout out Beacon. He reminded me of Yu Yu Hakusho the other day. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to describe a different. I forget the name of it. There was another anime where it was like a dude wearing like a red suit and he had a little mustache and he was like a smooth talking dude. But it was like I don't remember the name of it. That was showed on Adult Swim.
Smooth talking dude in a red suit.
Yeah, dude, I cannot fucking remember. It was like an anime. He was like a detective or something. But they would show it with Cowboy Bebop, Yu Yu Hakusho. Because I was like, man, what was the name of that guy in the green suit that had like the black hair? Yu Yu Hakusho. He had the green button-up suit and he had the slick back hair.
Yeah, kind of greaser look.
Yeah, he had the greaser look.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's what the fuck that is, man.
Man, that like Trigun was like Cowboy Bebop was like the space western, and then Trigun was like the actual western type deal.
Yeah.
That shit was kind of inspired me to get into art in the first place. So I just kind of took that and ran with it.
Man, I mean, shit, dude. Anime is huge, and like honestly, but the way we grew up with the 90s and 2000s, especially having like Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network,
Exactly.
which like in their primes both had really good shows.
Oh yeah.
Like I could count on both of those. Like if Cartoon Network was on commercial break, bam, Nickelodeon.
Right on.
And they were showing a show, and it was like nonstop cartoons because I could go back and forth.
Yep.
Like I had the channel presets on my phone.
Yeah.
On my TV, I'd be like bloop 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 bloop.
Yeah.
Just back and forth and just nonstop cartoons all day.
It opens like a world of creativity when you're looking at stuff like that. So
Yeah.
opens up different avenues for you mentally.
Yeah, and the thing I liked about that era, and they still kind of do it, but what I liked about that era is like there was a solid period of time where like I thoroughly liked almost everything on Nickelodeon and everything at Nick at Night. I like the old shows, the sitcoms.
Yeah.
But Cartoon Network, man, they've been my favorite because their daytime cartoons were really good.
Yeah.
And then Adult Swim was just like
They picked
fire,
up,
dude.
yeah, man.
Like Adult Swim, I've been watching that since the beginning, and like shout out to Adult Swim because they're
killing it.
Dude, they're killing it. Like Rick and Morty. Actually, like shout out Dan Harmon from Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty.
That dude is a G, man. Like Dan Harmon's man, I forget the other projects he was on, but he's a legendary animator, dude.
Yeah.
And he, like, just what they did with Rick and Morty, where like they made season 1 and season 2 like straight all the way through. They debuted one, waited, like I think it was like 10 months or something, and then did season 2 because they already had it.
Yeah.
And it was such a hit for season 1, so let's
people
give them more.
Yeah.
Waited forever for season 3, made season 3, and then they just now released season 4.
Like 10 episodes, I think.
2 years later, yeah.
And that they said they're gonna stop for now, even.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Adult Swim ordered 72 episodes of Rick and Morty.
Yeah. So we'll get them just in due time.
They were telling everybody they were like everybody's like, man, when are you gonna drop season 4? Like, we want season 4, and he was like, we'll make more whenever they pay for more.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
because
that we have our
yeah,
hands tied,
well, and their cartoons so high quality that
yeah.
like it takes time.
And they were a small like animation studio before they did into this. Like as far as I was aware, right?
Yeah, dude, they worked on season 1 and season 2 for like years.
Yeah,
Like took them like 3 years to make both
to
of
push them
those.
out. Yeah, and
You
then
know,
people were fiending for it, and they were like, "All right, I guess we got to put season 2 out now."
yeah, because I mean, 3 years to make 20 episodes is a long time
Yeah, I mean,
of straight grinding. They were working hard too.
and I mean they put like little like quirks and stuff like that, like tie in the other seasons and tie in other shows,
Yeah,
like Gravity Falls. There's some references in Rick and Morty to that, and some other shows that outside the realm of the Rick and Morty world, you know.
yeah,
But
but man, dude, like I shout out to Rick and Morty because like dude, they low key like changed the game with the cartoons.
brought something different to the table.
It really was different
Yeah,
because it's really dark.
yeah, kind of nihilistic.
Yeah, like it's funny, but it's like really, yeah, it is nihilistic as shit because it's like it's that world is very hopeless.
Yeah,
Like so much shit happens, but it's just hopeless.
and you just gotta
Like,
accept it.
like everybody sucks and everybody's got problems.
Yeah,
Like
and they touch on each one of those.
yeah, and they make but I think the most like disturbing episode to me is the when Evil Morty becomes president,
Yeah,
the election episode.
yeah,
And you don't know it's Evil Morty until the
until the very end.
whenever when they eject the helper in space and he's
Mhm.
floating out there dead and it has the picture of Evil Morty.
Yep, with that little wires hanging out of his eyes.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa,
Man, just conniving.
dude.
I've seen like all sorts of theories on that, being that maybe that he could be the first Morty or something like that. I've seen they're just kind of trying to figure out who he is and how he relates to the whole thing and what universe he is, if he's the original Morty or if he's like a Morty with a Rick brain or something like that.
See, that's legendary though. This is legendary cartooning, man. When you can create content like that's artistry at its finest, man. Like
Yeah.
when you can create content that makes people make theories and fan fiction.
And come back to find out if those hold true or if they're totally different.
Yeah, bro. Like that's so fun.
Yeah.
Like
It makes it more exciting to actually turn on the TV and be like, yeah, you know what? I'm pretty stoked for this. I want to see what happens.
yeah, no, straight up. Like whenever it makes you want more. You know,
Yeah.
like that's. Like that's what's cool about Rick and Morty, and it's an infinite universe in the way and it's actually it's honestly brilliant how they set it up to where
Yeah.
it's like, there's infinite Ricks and infinite Mortys, so no one can ever die. So literally, this can't ever get old because they opened up avenues with that show to create an infinite amount of episodes.
And they totally just like disregarded the time travel stuff. So they're trying not to do anything time travel related because that's kind of been burnt out by everyone doing time travel stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And not anyone doing really anything with the infinite realms or dimensions or
And what's cool with that because they don't focus on it, it's just casual.
yeah, it's just there, background music basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone can move wherever they want. And I hope they don't fuck the other one up.
Yeah, and it's just brilliant the way they do it. You know, like the Intergalactic Federation of Ricks or whatever.
The Citadel,
The Citadel of Ricks.
Yeah.
And like it's just bizarre.
and then every Rick has its own world and backstory and like
Mhm.
their own. Oh, that's it. Their own realm basically.
I mean, they have a real creative team on there, man.
Yeah.
So what's some of the earliest art you can remember doing?
I remember when I was really young, I used to go to the Boys and Girl Club. I think this is when in Wichita Falls, maybe Dallas. I don't remember which one specifically. I was really young. But I remember I used to do comic drawing. I used to try and draw on panels and draw cartoon characters, like in the style of newspaper comics.
Yeah.
That's probably the earliest form of art I could get into. That was actually like proficient enough that I was like, I want to do this. This would be really cool to do this and make cartoons for people and make them laugh. And I remember one of the local newspaper guys that actually did comics came out and was teaching everybody how to do comics there.
Yeah.
And my mom actually has a newspaper snippet, one of the words, on her fridge of me like with this artist like practicing doodling cartoon characters and stuff. So that's so basically newspaper comics kind of started it off for me, if not the anime.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I mean newspaper comics are that for a lot of people that's the first form of like
Yeah.
comic or art they get as kids, you know, if they're hanging out at grandma's house. I mean, I remember being at my great grandma's and reading the comics
Yeah.
every Sunday. We get stoked.
Yeah, I fill out all the stuff on the little games and stuff, or do the Sudoku or crosswords. It's
Yeah.
the best that I could. Being real young, you didn't have enough knowledge to fill out a lot of it, but
Oh yeah, man. Steph left the room with us, but her and her sister, like they for proletariats, crossword and Sudoku,
yeah,
they'll like get each other and like come to the bar and steal it and back and forth. But I mean, like me and my cousins used to do that too, with
yeah,
the comics, or like I was real big into crosswords.
yeah.
I mean not crosswords, word search.
Okay, yeah,
Like I like the word search.
nice.
My cousin Connor did the crosswords,
Yeah,
so we were pretty cool.
yeah, yeah.
But we fight over the comics.
Like who gets to read them first?
Yeah, I mean, my grandma would always be like, "Why don't you guys read them together? Like,
Yeah.
what is the deal?" And we're like, "No, I gotta read them first. I gotta know what happens."
The newspaper's big enough for both of you guys.
Yeah, it's like, bro, yeah, we're like small kids. So what's some of your favorite? Just because we're both cartoon heads here. What's one of your favorite works out right now?
As far as like anime or just like basic cartoons or
Man, whichever. Whatever stands out to you the most.
oh man, that's a tough one. Right now, as far as like just the cinematography and the animation and everything, Demon Slayer's held up really good. If you haven't watched Demon Slayer yet, it's like that one's a new one.
I've not seen Demon Slayer. What's that about?
That one is a newer one. So it's about basically a kid. He's out in the woods doing his own thing. Got a family out there. They all live in like traditional hillside of Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just some woodworkers and stuff. Kind of collecting wood, just living in the winter and stuff. But the demons basically, there's a half breed, almost like mutants, like an X-Men kind of deal.
Yeah.
Where they each get their own powers to some extent. But they call them demons because the demons need to feast on humans to gain more power. To get almost like a gang of sorts. Because they get more power, they rise to the ranks of the moons, is what they're called.
Yeah.
So, anyways, his family is struck down by a demon. His sister is turned into a half demon of sorts. She's not maybe a half demon. She's full demon, but she can't go out in sunlight and stuff like that because
Yeah.
it'll burn. But so, anyways, his objective in the whole series is to find a cure for her to turn her back into a human. But the animation style of the swordplay and everything, because they're all samurai based, so they're always like doing sword tricks and
So it's
techniques.
like badass, like action.
Yeah, no, the action scenes are really good. The comedic scenes are really nice and like lighthearted enough to keep the story going on without feeling like it's dragging or fillers or nothing like that.
And like good. I mean, like we were saying, like something that keeps bringing you back.
Yeah, no, it definitely
To-
keeps me back. I'm like I gotta see what happens next. But the animation of the swordplay and everything, the fight scenes is really well done, and it just keeps drawing me back. I keep wanting to watch more because of the animation.
Oh yeah. That's how I was with Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
For a while, but man, season 3 was disappointing as fuck.
It's just
I don't care what anybody says, man. Like I like bro, there's like no fighting.
no.
The entire season, they're
No.
talking.
Yep.
The entire season.
And it's just like, why?
Like I think they show a Titan like less than 10 times.
And it
The
does,
entire season.
and that's kind of what the whole series was based around. Was kind of like a violent nature of the Titan.
Yeah, like it's and the only Titan they show for the first like 7 or 8 episodes is Eren
Yeah.
practicing being a Titan.
Yeah.
Like they don't even show it. Like they show the furry Titan that can talk a couple times, but they don't.
But really, other than that, it was kind of just, all right, here's what we're doing, guys.
Like, cause what pulled me into that show, I mean, like the animation, the art is fantastic.
Yeah, they do.
But just how just hopeless it is, and they're still fighting. But
Yeah.
like everyone is so screwed.
Every ounce of the way.
Like, bro, what? There's giant, mindless, naked, American-looking people eating these like people.
Yeah. It's like, all right, we're going to casually kick down your wall and come in. And,
Yeah, they're just big, naked, gluttonous giants that just destroy everything.
and have no whim or worry.
Just don't care.
At all.
They eat people. It's just gory and like it's just
Yeah.
like whoa.
Like, it kind of ties you to the characters because you feel so bad for them being.
Well, it's scary.
Yeah.
Like because the giants, they're just like they're smiling and their faces are mindless and they're just like and it's not really explained where they came from. Like this is just like the whole thing about it. Like they don't tell you about the world. It's just
just that one particular.
and it's not even the world. Yeah, it's this one zone, this walled in country.
Yeah.
That was the cities were walled off together.
Yep.
It's big.
Yeah. Because the inner cities and everything.
Yeah, and then the entire wilderness outside this fortress is just like fucking giants.
Yeah.
That kill the shit out of everything.
Yeah. Just mindlessly destroying things for the sake of destroying it.
Yeah, and throughout the seasons, they're and like the walls are set up kind of like an onion. Like the whole country is set up like an onion.
It's got layers.
It's got layers, like ogres. And like the king or whoever, he lives in the very middle.
Yeah.
And there's like news throughout the series where walls and walls keep breaking.
Yeah.
They're breaching.
They're breaching.
But like
It was like, guys, you should just move.
the art's brilliant though. The weapons with like the guns and like the wires that they hook to things and swing around, and with the swords, they're special swords, and how it's like very tactical with the story where you have to cut the back of their neck, you have to sever their spine, like the brainstem specifically.
And the combat scenes are great. Like the way they did everything and lay it out, like
it's so great, man. It's fantastic actually. Like it's a really good show. But shout out to Attack on Titan. Season 3 was whack as hell, bro.
Straight whack.
A straight whack, man, dude. They better come swinging with season 4, man.
Honestly, though.
Speaking of 4s, man, shout out EA Games. Y'all need to make Skate 4.
Bring it on. We want it.
The funny thing for any of the listeners, go on any of EA's social media sites, specifically Instagram, and look at the most recent post. It'll say Skate 4. Scroll down to any post. Pick any of them. I don't care if it's got Ronaldo for FIFA on the front of it. The comment section will be riddled with people saying Skate 4. And this has been going on since 2012. Non-stop.
Still going.
It's still going, dude.
I just looked at it. It's still going.
It's still going.
Strong.
You checking them out?
It's
Skate 4 for days.
They,
Any of their social medias, bro. Any of them.
They kind of hinted at bringing out like a remastered version of Skate 3 again.
That's a slap in the face.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, we'll take it. Add some new maps and stuff. We'll take it.
Yeah, bring us some new graphics, and we'll be all right. We'll be tied over till you bring Skate 4 out. But what we really want is Skate 4.
Well, exactly. For real, man. It's the best skateboarding game ever, honestly. I mean, Tony Hawk is legendary, but
Underground 2.
As far as like skateboarding dynamics and feeling like you're actually skating in the game a lot more, and it's more realistic. Skate all day.
Yeah, super technical. You had the Hall of Meat challenges where you just fling your body off.
Yeah, it was ragdoll. They need to make skate with gore. I think it'd be so much better if it was gory.
Right? Yeah.
Probably scare kids out of skateboarding, but whatever.
Well, I mean, or teach them to wear the proper gear that they want.
Proper gear, but it's like, really, should you really be throwing tray flips down 10 stairs? No.
Probably not.
So just don't do that. And
Gravity's going to do its thing.
Yeah, and you won't put your ACL through your forehead.
Yeah. Don't need that.
Or whatever. That doesn't make sense, but it's skateboarding.
I mean, if that happens, it happens. I've seen worse.
So I know you were talking about, shout out to Erasmo. You were doing some art for Erasmo's upcoming album.
Yeah, so we're doing a collab, actually, me and him, working together on a new album art that's going to be released hopefully by the end of January. I think what he was saying, but that's kind of the deadline anyways, I understood.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been working on with him with that. I got some other things working. Him and Blaine, they'll open up Noodle Ego, or not open it, but been running it.
Yeah. Oh, also, everyone, I don't even know why we didn't bring this. Everyone go check out episode, let's see, I believe it's 34. Episode 34, Artist in Depth Podcast, Noodle Illegal with Blaine and AC, a.k.a. Erasmo. He's also episode 6 of this show. He was one of the top 10.
One of the originals, yeah.
One of the originals. Chance did their logo. So that logo I posted on our Instagram, that's all purple and everything, Chance drew that. And you guys all work together over at Bruce. Shout out Bruce.
Yeah. Yeah, so they run the bar basically, and I'm in the kitchen. I don't run the kitchen, but I'm in there.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. You gotta whip it up. I mean, Bruce has got great food, man.
Yeah.
And I like that everyone that works there essentially is like an artist in some kind of way.
Yeah, they're all doing something that helps. It's a majority of them got bands that they're playing in, or they got side projects that they're doing on just outside of the bar scene, basically.
Yeah, just like creative things that like they're staying busy.
Yeah, they got different avenues and outlets to express themselves and do things like to bring in money, even like just side hustles, really.
Yeah.
And they're doing it, everyone up there has something that they're doing outside of there.
Yeah, and that's what's cool, and that's also there's why we made the show. Like Galveston has a really cool collection of artists,
Yeah.
and I mean like it's a real small art community in the sense of like not a lot of artists can see beyond this
Yeah.
community, and but it's cool, but like the scene out here in the arts is so alive though that it's self-thriving.
Yep.
Because you can even listen to earlier episodes of the show. I used to hate on that a bit, but like now I'm like I get it now because it's its own art community.
Exactly.
And it doesn't really have a need to have to branch out like that.
Yeah.
They can just kind of like we can thrive in our own bubble. I mean, I like going to Houston and doing stuff and
Yeah.
going to Austin, but if you like down here, like there's a lot of support in the art scene down here.
Yeah, we got a ton of people out there that just want more creativity inspired by other people, and like just inspiring other people to do something creative.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And when you're surrounded by it, it helps you stay in the game more.
Yeah.
Like if like kind of like at work, at Brews with your chalk doodles, man. Everybody's talking about them. Everybody does them, and it's funny.
Yeah.
And now like you've created something that people look forward to.
Yeah.
Or they're like, oh shit, there's a new doodle on the board, and everybody's laughing about it.
Yeah.
Or like you like keep people into because there's a lot of people out here making art, man, that are doing it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
They just have money on their mind. They're not making art because they want to do it.
Yeah.
Because like there's some tattoo artists I know that are just like they'll make some art and they'll just slap it together just to get a buck. They're not really taking time to improve their craft and like work on their shit. They're just like trying to make this chump change doing bullshit ass tattoos and move on.
And that's where they're gonna stay, is making chump change.
It's where you're gonna be, and they complain about money the most, and
Yeah.
it's just like, bro, you gotta stay on top of it and learn and like keep learning.
Yeah.
And especially like we were just saying, in this community, when you're surrounded by artists, like you really have no excuse. Like hang out with people and talking, because out here, like a problem is people be burning bridges like it's a sport out here.
Yeah, and then when you got that bridge burned, you try to go back. Ain't no support.
And the thing is, like, not only is just the overall community out here small, the arts community is very small.
Yeah, almost minuscule.
Once you get in there, you realize there's probably only 100 people in this thing.
Yeah,
which sounds like a big number, but it's really not.
No, I mean it takes a village to get it going.
Yeah, absolutely. So the thing is you you have to. Like if you want to thrive and you want to be an artist in a small art scene and you want to do well and you stay relevant, like you got to keep working on yourself and you have to
perfect the craft.
Keep the ties clean. I mean, like even if you don't like somebody, just don't mess with them.
Yeah. Just don't associate with them as much.
Yeah, just go do something else.
It's your choice to be there with them or not.
Yeah, or keep it civil. Like that's the thing out here. Like
right.
there's a lot of animosity out here, for no reason.
Yeah.
I mean, like people justify their own reasons, but it's just like.
Could have been avoided.
Look, if you don't fuck with somebody, then don't walk over there.
Yep.
If they say hi to you, just be nice, say hi back, and move on.
That's it.
You ain't gotta do all that extra shit like, oh, don't talk to me.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, hey, fuck it.
Yeah, we're trying to have a positive environment, and you're over here bringing negativity around here. And,
yeah, bro. There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that, man.
Inhibiting everything that's going on just by you being negative about it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So do you have any private projects you're working on? Is there anything you got?
At the moment, I'm just kind of working on a couple little side projects. Got a couple little doodle projects coming up that I'm gonna do, large paintings or some large doodle mashups, basically.
So how long have you been painting? Have you been painting just as long? Because I didn't really know about you painting. You just started?
Yeah, I just now got into painting. It's a whole different world for me from just pencil drawing.
It's trippy, right?
Yeah, it's a whole different world. I didn't realize how much technicality went into painting.
It's a technical smear.
Yeah,
you're smearing in style.
I had actually for bartender over at Mario's, Michael. I painted him like my first realism paint project of his Honda Shadow that he had before he got in a wreck. I believe that was when he wrecked.
Mm-hmm.
I painted that for him, and that was my first big painting project. It's probably 1.5 feet by a foot.
Yeah.
And that was my first big project as far as painting, and it turned out pretty decent. As far as I was concerned, at least he enjoyed it. He has it hung up in his house, I believe.
Yeah.
So just kind of taking a dip into something else for a change.
No, it's good. I mean, I think it's great for artists to dabble in different mediums. I mean, that's why you learn so much.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I really care about I care about getting a degree, care about finishing.
Yeah.
My family wants me to finish.
Yeah, yeah.
But the main reason why I changed my major to art is because I wanted to learn more.
Yeah.
I don't want just some BS piece of paper that's gonna get me like a job that makes good money, but I hate it.
Yeah.
I'd rather just take a gamble and make less money doing something I like doing.
Exactly.
Because I mean, like, I've been hit by cars skateboarding. I've been
Same, yeah.
Exactly. Like all kinds of stuff's happened where I've come really close.
Yeah.
So it's just like, well, if that's gonna happen, and like if that has a chance of happening, I mean, like if I'm laying in the bed 'cause I got in the hospital because I got smashed by a car and like my life's questionable, am I gonna be stoked because I'm at a job I hate?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I'm gonna be like, man, bro, I wish I just started painting or
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta take life in stride. Honestly, you gotta make the most of it while you got it. You only live until you don't, right?
Yeah.
So I mean,
there you go. I mean, and you just gotta keep wanting to learn and keep wanting to grow.
and it takes takes some doing to grow out of your shell and do something that's totally different and new to you. I mean, even if you're not totally excited about it, someone else might think that's the best thing in the world.
Yeah, exactly. Like we were talking about earlier, being open to the different avenues of things and being open to trying things.
Yeah.
Or just give it a shot, man. Even if like it's just not you and you're not feeling okay, cool.
Hey, no
At least
worries.
you say you did it.
Yeah. You took the time out of your day to go try something new and
Exactly, because you're not saying no because you think it might suck. You're saying no because you try it and you really don't.
just
like
wasn't
it.
for you. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Just like
Everyone got
it's
their
like,
taste.
Exactly. It's like I know this isn't a thing, so I'm done.
Yeah. Spice of life, baby.
Yeah, but most of the time, and even you could even practice it like we were talking about, where the guy says, and I love that. If it's something you really don't want to do, just placebo yourself and act like you love it, just for once, for the first experience. And if you really don't like it, you don't have to do it again.
Yeah.
You
You gave it the effort. You try to not forcing yourself to like it, but being optimistic about it more or less.
Exactly, because there's a difference between having an open mind and trying it and forcing yourself to like it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's just like, look, you don't know if you're not gonna like it or not all the way. Yeah. Everything sucks up front when you don't know.
Exactly.
So just try it.
Yeah.
And then once you understand it and you really gave it a shot and you don't like it, cool.
See ya.
Now you know.
Yeah. Now you've grown that much further knowing that you don't like it, and now you have an experience enough to tell people otherwise.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, yeah, exactly. Now you can be a credible source.
Exactly.
Of information. I wonder how many people get screwed over with doing things they want to do, but someone discourages them because they express their own fears and own insecurities that they can't do it.
Yeah.
So they tell other people, you'll never be able to do that.
Yeah. Try to shut them down before they even get up to do it.
Yeah, but if they didn't even try it, it's like, bro, what the hell do you know?
Yeah.
Like,
oh man, I've been told I wouldn't be able to do anything like this, so I think I'm gonna hold back. And then it just defeats the purpose of even getting there in the first place.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, like just go, whatever.
Yeah.
Like don't take the time to test and see if the water's cold and jump in.
Yeah.
If it's cold, you can always get out.
Yeah.
Go get a towel.
Right.
You dry off.
Yeah.
It's only gonna suck for that little second, but if you really want to jump out, cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you sit, it might actually warm up.
Yep.
You might have to pee on yourself a little bit.
Yeah, that's okay.
Warm it
As long
up.
as you're not in the pool.
Yeah. Well, if you're in the pool, it's okay. As long as it's your pool.
Well, yeah. It's, if you're in a public pool, I mean, you just kind of expect it to be full of pee, but.
I mean, shit, just accidentally drop another brick of chlorine in there.
Uh-oh.
There's extra sterilization.
Yeah.
There's pour Clorox in it. Fucking.
I like the taste because it's sterile.
Second dodgeball quote of the night. I don't think we had the first one on the air, but everyone go watch Dodgeball 2005. Still popping.
It is. It holds up. It's still, I will back it. It still holds up.
Dude, I love that movie. It's fantastic. Dude, like we were saying earlier, Dodgeball's original comedy, man. That movie is a work of art. Like
Yeah.
straight through, it's just great. Like
Yeah.
you love all the
They
characters.
took a total shot in the dark, and it worked out well for them.
Whole shot, and it's good actors though,
Yeah.
man. You know, it's another Ben Stiller and Vince Vaughn movie. There's a lot of those.
Yeah.
But like they work really well together. But you know, you also got like Justin Long when he was, you know, that was around the time he was doing Accepted. Like,
Exactly.
You know, Accepted came out around
Yeah.
that time. Oh, welcome back to the room, Stephanie Bass. There she is once again.
Back in action.
Bass in action.
Oh.
Are you reeling for that one?
Yes, Stephanie's the queen of puns, by the way. I'll fight anybody if they question that, but because I'm just right. Because
He's running the show. I can't say otherwise.
yeah, there we go. Yes, we have him at gunpoint, and y'all can't see it. Well, man, I ask everybody this on the show.
Yeah.
Since, you know, at first, like you were saying, art started out as a way for you to kind of escape and just kind of figure things out
Mhm.
or express things like how you couldn't before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since it used to help you express things that you couldn't before and help you through things.
Yeah.
For those listening that might need similar help with that,
Mhm.
or maybe they need to just a little something to get them over the hump, or maybe if they're thinking about drawing but don't feel like it, or maybe they're discouraged about their level of drawing, what's something you could say to
Start with a line.
help them out?
Start with a line. That's all you need. Once that first line hits the paper, then it could be anything. But you get that first line in there, you got something to work off of. You got something you can work around. It could be anything. And if you need to express something that you can't put out into words, or you just need help processing it or something like that, just scribble. And then if it turns into something along the way, you'll notice it and be like, oh wow, and kind of build upon that. And that's kind of what helped me get through it, at least. And if you're having trouble expressing yourself, that'd be the way that I would start. It just kind of find some stuff that's kind of relevant to you as far as art, and maybe cartoons or anime or traditional art, like modern art, deco art, Japanese styles, something like that. Any art style that suits you. I mean, just kind of work on it. From there, it's kind of hard to explain, put into words myself, or without being, with somebody. Not very good with my words. So it's hard for me to explain it, because that's just how I did it. I just started with a line, and I was like, all right, I guess I'm gonna go from here, and it just kind of helped me work through the things that I needed to work through. Just kind of, and whether it was distractions or just kind of working through the stress, or just by drawing. It's kind of sometimes it takes you to a dark place, and you just got to work through it as best you can, and just got to be as much optimistic as you can.
Yeah.
And that takes a level of mental capacity.
Yeah. Well, I completely agree with you with the starting with a line, and then even adding to, like, if you're stuck in a dark place or takes you to a dark place, I mean, keeping your hand moving and just drawing things, even if it's not something you're thinking about.
Yeah.
Just getting in, you can kind of get into that flow state when you're drawing, when you're creating and your hands on autopilot, but your brain completely takes off. I mean, like we were talking about earlier, that's why sometimes, like, if I'm drawing or working on art, I like to do it in silence.
Yeah.
Because then, I'm just doing it, I'm getting something done, but like you really get that time with yourself to hammer things out.
Exactly.
Which I think is really important.
Yeah.
Because I was an only child, but like I hung out by myself a lot. Like, I was by myself a lot. So like, but I've always had like some kind of weird anxiety since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I'd always just have to work out all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Like
by yourself almost.
Yeah.
Takes a toll on you.
Yeah, because I mean, like, parents are great, man. Like, I love my childhood.
Yeah.
My childhood was great. Like, I'm
I had to have a terrible
extremely
childhood.
grateful. But there's like a stigma in the world that, like, whenever, like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about because you had a great childhood. Some people try to say that shit. You know?
Oh yeah. No, I've seen it.
But the thing is like, yes, but like people have their own problems.
Yeah.
Like, just because they don't have the same problems as you, don't mean they don't have problems.
Yeah. Internal battles are different.
Yeah, and honestly, it can hit kids pretty hard.
Yeah.
Because there's somewhere it's just like, man, did you hear about that one rich kid did this, whatever to himself? Like, what could he possibly going through? He's got all this money and everything. It's
Right.
like, bro, like, money doesn't fix your problems.
No.
Like, like they could be rich and they got all this shit going on, but like what if he's got a terrible relationship with his parents and
I mean, I grew up in a single parent household with two other brothers, so it's uh, putting yourself in that different environment versus someone who had both parents and no siblings. It just you gotta factor in that everyone is different
yeah.
and works differently
Mm-hmm.
for that matter. So
Yeah, everyone's got their own, chemical makeup that they have to deal with, and
it's hard to give a blanket term for how someone should work through something.
but it's been throughout human history as long as we've been here, like some type of art or creative form is definitely a great way to break out of that, or at least get some type of, just kind of recess from it, where you can just get it out, or sometimes
step back.
even heal it.
Yeah.
Like some people keep themselves sane by making art.
Yeah.
Or creating, and they wouldn't be able to live without it. Like honestly, I can't imagine a world where like I can't draw. Like even if I don't,
Oh yeah.
like 'cause even if I don't do like a major project for like a month or so,
Even just the side doodles it's just something.
I have to do something.
Yeah.
Like it has to. Like I have to do something.
Yeah.
Like even if my art form is like playing Warcraft and I'm making something in the game or something. Yeah. Like I have to do something that's different from the everyday grind, and it has to be creative.
I was actually really big into Animal Crossing for a little while when I was like making all the shirts and stuff in there.
Hey man, RPGs are great, dude.
I mean, if it works, it works. I love creativity in games. Anytime there's a video game that I can get in and customize whatever, I'm in there doing it.
That's why I love RPGs, because you get to be creative.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get to create your own path and do your own thing.
Yeah.
Like and just make it up.
Yep.
That's why I always love those choose your adventure books.
Yeah.
Like if there's any
Flip to
like
page 42.
yeah, I was never the biggest reader as a kid, but if there's any books I would really get into are the choose your own adventure, because it's not certain.
Yeah. It's not drawn out.
I can't turn to the back of the book and see how it ends. I was that kid.
Yeah. All right.
I'd be like, oh, okay, this is getting weird. Let me flip to like the last 5 pages and read the last 5. Oh my God, she dies.
What did I miss between here and there?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh my God, like he's 40 now, dude. He started out 10 years old in this book.
You're totally talking about the Harry Potter series.
Yeah.
I was gonna.
I mean, whatever.
It's relevant. Still relevant. Still holds up.
Yeah. But like you just like, but with those, I like when it keeps it open and you get to make your own path.
Yeah.
There's no like you're playing the game, but it's your game.
You're not letting the game play you.
Exactly. You get to do your own thing. You make
It's
your
like
own
life
choices.
too. Honestly, it's kind of like you gotta live that way in life.
Yeah, exactly, man. Well, I mean, I learned a lot of life things from RPG games.
Yeah.
Just because being with a kid, especially online games, like being a kid and interacting with adults. I mean, there's other kids on there too, but like I learned internet lingo through online games.
Yeah.
Like, because the internet's coming up, like
Exactly.
2006 when it's getting big.
Yeah.
Like
blowing up.
Yeah, like you're starting to exit that MySpace era into Facebook era, which are two completely different eras of the internet.
Totally.
Like
I
totally.
still have a MySpace. I actually looked at mine the other day. It was,
They redid. I canceled mine last year.
I don't even know my email to log back into.
It was frozen in time from 8th grade.
Yep, same.
My profile picture
It was so bad.
Hey, my profile picture was cool though, man. It was when my dad and I got back from seeing Guar.
Yeah.
They wear all the costumes and they spray fake
Got the
blood.
green shit everywhere.
Yeah, green and red stuff. But we got back and it's just me in the it's me in the kitchen. I took a picture on my MacBook. And it's me doing this like hard pose, and I got like dried food coloring all over my face, and I'm just like, yeah.
Hard as fuck.
Yeah, but it was like I still have the shirt, man. It's unwashed. I got it in plastic in my closet right
No
here.
shit.
Yeah, dude, I have it. It's in the box.
It's a testament to time.
You caption that as like you're trying to look like you're just hardcore, but I guess you were so hardcore that you were crusty.
Oof.
Oh.
You had the food coloring all over you.
Oh my God. Told y'all, she's got them all. She's got them for days. She'll get anybody. She'll pun you up. I'm saying.
Pun City.
Pun City.
1, 2, pun out.
But do like the RPG games, just really anything to keep you creative. That's why I think I mean I'm not against Call of Duty and games like that, but I think like there's definitely a difference between the kids that play RPG games and kids that just play like straight shooter games.
Yeah, and I jump around from game to game. I mean,
Exactly.
I'll have my time in Call of Duty, but I'll jump to Fallout 4 or Skyrim or even the Elder Scrolls Online. That's pretty recent.
Yeah.
And I just a whole different adventure and a whole different setting.
Yeah. Oh, Blades they released or whatever it is. Yeah.
Just
I saw that.
I try to keep an open mind even with video games. It's just jump into anything I feel like I want to try, and then if I don't like it, I hop out.
Yeah. Absolutely. Because there's a lot of hate on video games. I mean, yes, kids go outside, be active.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's
But,
balance, all about balance.
But I'm definitely not for the argument that kids that play games are completely wasting their life. Because I mean, if they're playing, because a lot of kids play wholesome games. Wholesome in the sense
Animal
of like,
Crossing.
they're learning. They have to do math. They have to quick. I mean, like shit. Like if you want to make money in like Warcraft, you get it. Like it'll teach you economy. Like I learned how to sell things.
Yeah.
Like, my dad, like, showed me this thing. We download all the add-ons for the games and play with my dad. And he would be like, look, this is how this works. It shows you all the percentages, like this add-on you put on the game. Yeah. And it shows you what, like, it's based off of what the actual sell value is if you sold the item to, like, a vendor, like a non-player NPC vendor.
Yeah, yeah.
And so they'll adjust that. And if something's, like, in the blue at, like, 10%, of the cost or something or something like that in the auction house, you buy it and resell it
easy.
But he showed me how to like be like, look man, you get this, you want to find the lowest value, you want to buy it at the lowest price, and you want to sell it at the highest. But I was like 6th grade when I started playing this game. In 7th grade,
like stocks at that point.
Exactly. But I had at a young age I had a knowledge of how to make money in the game. But then once I started making actual money and amongst other things, taught me how to make money.
Exactly.
So like I have to credit that to that. I mean, of course my dad showed me how to, but I got my practice from that game. And I feel like whenever it came to, like selling my t-shirts and selling art and selling shoes, I already knew how to do it because of the game.
It helped you a bunch, just learning just from playing, and it kind of stimulates the cognitive ability, really. I mean, just being in it and doing it.
Yeah, because your brain's still doing the computing.
Yeah.
Especially like if you're looking into the game and you sit there for a couple hours, you get into it. I mean, your brain knows the difference, but it doesn't. But the computing aspect, your brain doesn't know the difference.
Yeah, it's still computing.
You're using the same computing to count real money as you are counting gold in your Warcraft game.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like I mean, you don't get as excited.
Yeah.
Because,
oh man.
Yeah, but but that shit's good, man.
Yeah. Early childhood revolved around video games because my mom was working all the time, trying to raise 3 kids as a single parent. So it was either we were inside playing video games, or when she was there, we were outside doing something. So it's really just about a balance of both.
Exactly, and it's all art and it's all created thing, man. Like it's all. That's why I love video games too. It's a cartoon you can play.
Yeah, exactly right.
You know what I mean?
Just put you in a whole new world.
It's designed. Everything you're playing, somebody drew. That came out of somebody's brain through their pencil, and then eventually into the computer programming.
Yeah, the animation styles, the animations themselves, just the theatrics of it all is just from an artist of some kind.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, shit, Chans, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Of course. Appreciate having me on.
Yeah, it's good to see you. Good to catch up. Low key, this episode was planned last second. We planned this last night, so we ran into each other
on a whim.
He was actually on his way out.
Yeah, I was honestly.
You're about to leave.
Yeah, I was like, oh man.
And I just got off work, and it just happened.
Just synchronized.
So, well, man, I'm glad we got to do this, man.
For sure.
I appreciate you coming.
Yeah, appreciate you having me on.
All right, where can we find you online? People check out your art and everything.
My Instagram is badonkekong. So if you hit me up on IG, Facebook is just Chance Little, and just follow me on there. And Snapchat is What Dash Matters.
I'll tell you right now, Chance Little's got the best male ass on this island. We'll fight anybody.
Thick cubed. I got that, man.
Yeah, that's why his name's Badonkey Kong. Because
got that volume.
That was a joke at our job we used to work at together. Where like it was just like our coworker Arnold would always be like, "Man, I don't know what y'all are talking about. This man's got the best ass in the building."
It's everywhere I go, man. It just haunts me.
Yeah,
I stand in its shadow, literally.
I stand in the shadow of my own ass. I don't know how that works, but it does.
It does every time.
All right, you guys. Well, make sure you go follow him at Badonk E Kong.
Yep.
If y'all need help finding it, Artisan Depth page, we follow him. D Mahaney Art, my personal, I follow him. I'm sure Stephanie follows him. At Zanny. Wait, do you want me to say how to spell it, or do you want to leave that private? For anyone that just heard that random awkward silence, I had to cut out some shit I wasn't supposed to say. But what I am saying now is, I'm gonna reiterate: go follow Badonky Kong. If you can't find it, go to Artisan Depth. Go to D Mahaney Art. We follow him. Go find it.
Get it going.
Go find it. Go follow his art. Go support. Be on the lookout for Erasmo's new album coming out later on. Well, sometime at the beginning of this year. It's undisclosed right now.
Yeah.
Go check out episode 6, episode 34 if you want to hear Erasmo. He's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
AC, man. That's
AC.
a whole different podcast.
That's a whole different podcast. He's hilarious, man.
Yeah, man.
All right. Well, Chance, Stephanie, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate you coming through, chilling with the house, eating some random mushroom thing I cooked.
That shit was good though, not gonna lie. I was genuinely surprised at how good it was. I knew it was gonna be good, but I was surprised at how good it was.
Yes.
Just for a last minute.
I was too, and I'm the one making it.
We just winging it out here.
We're just winging it out here. And for everybody out there, go out there and wing it and just do what you want to do and just try something if you want to try it. Damn it. Quit being scared.
That's the life motto, honestly. Just wing it.
Just wing it. Just
You know,
figure it out. If
yeah.
you mess up, you're
Figure
gonna
it out,
you're
man.
gonna learn the right way to do it eventually. All right, guys. Artisan Depth Podcast. Be sure to follow us on Apple Podcasts or iTunes Podcasts. We're on Spotify. We're on Stitcher. We're on all those other bootleg sites that just take from the main ones and post on there. You can find us everywhere except YouTube. Be on the lookout for YouTube channel. Coming sometime in 2020. I'll get around to it when I feel like it.
Maybe.
But I appreciate y'all listening to the audio version. Y'all don't get to see my face yet. Be sure to follow us on social media. And damn it, I hope you're having a good new year and continue to have a good new year. Keep creating, everybody. All right. Thanks, y'all.
Peace.
Later.